So before we talk about culture for millennials, actually we get to talk about culture totally, because right now we're at a very lucky period in generations. A lot of companies probably have up to 4 generations working for them. The silent generation, baby boomers, Gen Ys, Gen X's. And so it's not like just a culture for them. Some of the differences, baby boomers went to work for somebody, and if they didn't like it, they'd stick around hoping it would change. Millennials go to work for somebody, if they don't like it, they're leaving. And so it's one of the reasons why you read about how many jobs a millennial, when they get out of work, out of college, will probably have 35 or 15 jobs by the time they're 35. So what is culture? Think about it. Real culture is not making a nice place to work, but creating a place where people can grow and thus grow the business. Another thing maybe I'll tell you is I've gone into many companies. When I go in a company, you know, we have that guy over there, Joe, loud Joe. You ever have that where you go and say, who's he? Oh, it's just Joe. He's been here a long time. He's just Joe. Leave him alone. He's loud, he's boisterous, and yeah, he's following with it's Joe. That's a personality trait, not a culture, that's a personality trait. If I took Joe and his personality trait and I put him into a church, what would happen? Joe would get quiet. Perhaps if I put him into a library, he'd get quiet. Maybe a bank, he'd get quiet. So we can actually say that the environment controls or conquers personality trait. Your environment that your people live in on a daily basis controls their personality. Your environment is their culture. If you have people that are team players, goal setters, want to learn with a winning attitude, it's because your culture demands it. If you have people that are not team players, not goal setters, don't really want any part of this Sandler garbage, that's because your culture allows it. It's all about your culture. Think about it. What are your unwritten rules? We all have unwritten rules. I'll give you an example is maybe it's 10 o'clock at night, you're sick or someone in your family's sick, you got a prescription, you go to the pharmacy, and it's 10:03, and you knock on the door, and someone comes running up, unlocks the door, and says, the pharmacist is still here, come on in. And you can go to the pharmacy across the street at 10:01, lights are out, knock on the door, no one comes in. Unwritten rules. One is, customer comes first, help them no matter what. The other unwritten rule is, turn off the lights at 5 to 10 and don't go into the front of the store. 2 totally unwritten rules. That's the culture. One thing L'Oreal was talking about was, as a millennial comes out, if they don't come here and work for you and say, by the way, I'd like to fail and leave in a year and a half. By the way, us baby boomers didn't do that either. We didn't say we'd like to come work for you and fail. Millennials, unlike when I went to college, those days that I do remember in college, millennials got a syllabus, and it said, here's what you need to do to get an A as a freshman. Then they went to sophomore, and they said very detailed data and process. As your teacher, this is what you must do to get an A. Here's the syllabus, here's the steps, here's everything you must do in the next 12 months. They went to junior, they said, here's the next things you must do. They went as a senior, here's the next things that you must do to get an A. Then you hire them and you go get them. You've got to be great as a supervisor, understand what the data process is. I think lots of us take the cookbooks and we go, great idea for the cookbook, love it. But if you're not taking that data that they're giving you and improving the processes from the data, the millennials are going to leave you because you're doing nothing with that.